welcome back to the Lobel Spark podcast. Yeah, I'm not Lobel. I know, I'm well aware. Lobel is pretty busy at the moment. I occasionally step in. I have the It's Good to Talk podcast. And today we're going to actually have a look back at an old podcast that myself, Lobel, and another person from the mental health community did as a kind of after dark late night chat just about everything. It was just people from the community getting together and having a chat, talking about all things mental health, our interactions with neurodivergence, and everything in between. And I think these kind of discussions can be so good, where we're not going down a specific topic route. We're not looking at somebody's background and how they grew from something. We're simply seeing people that find frustrations in everyday life, that find frustrations with people that don't understand who they are, actually have a chat between the people that do. And I think that can be so amazing. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and Lobel will be back himself very soon to deliver more amazing content. So I hope you enjoy. We have just about got everyone that can see each other and can hear each other now. Whether that stays the same, we have no idea. And then just as I said it, just as I say it, one of us disappears. That's brilliant. Fucking love that timing. So
I did that on purpose.
Oh, you did that on purpose. Okay, there we go. So we have the UK, the US, and Australia all in one. So we're having fun anyway. We're all in completely different time zones. And this is kind of interesting. We've just about both Lobel and Beth have had issues in actually staying on this call. So we'll see. But how's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I can't say no. I'm supposed to be on vacation. All of a sudden, you're like, "Hey, up after dark." I'm like, "Fuck, I want to do it."
You're still on vacation. I just said, does anyone want to do it?
I know what you did. Okay.
But you'll probably recognize both Lobel and Beth have been on before. And Up After Dark is a bit more. Not that I think all of my podcasts are relaxed, but this is like even more relaxed because we're just chatting. Like we've had some weird. I don't know if anyone. I should go back through the Up After Dark episode specifically, and just see the random shit.
Oh, they're hilarious, man. they are unbelievable. Like one lasts like 30 minutes, the next lasts like 4 hours, the next is like it is so fucking fun to be here. Like it is, because it is relaxed. Like
they're completely separate from the rest of them, because the rest of them are like hour and a half, usually maybe 2 hours, and then there'll be an outlier. But that's the usual like podcast, and it's like, although it's relaxed, there's kind of a structure as much as there ever is with my stuff. But then it's Up After Dark, I'm just like, okay, so go.
The best part to me though is seeing Beth on this, because Beth, I love you to death, and the fact that you are a part of this now after joining like something that Leo and I were talking about on Twitter is so awesome. Like I love this. Like I absolutely love it so much. Actually. So, and I love the hat. That's the hat makes it.
It is. I mean, this is why I like doing this as well, because you just get interactions that are different every time, and you get, we've had so many, because Mechi's been on here, Terry's been on here, Leo's been on here, Kirk's been on here, as part of Up After Dark, and not all the same people come back. So yes, it is good to have you on here, Beth, and feel free to jump in at any point, because me and Lobel don't shut the fuck up. It's that used to be a warning when I had people on the podcast. I used to actually give a warning beforehand and said to people, look, I'm probably going to talk over you. I don't mean to, and I don't want to. Tell me to shut the fuck up. And the amount of people, because obviously I'm talking to people that are generally relatively polite, but the amount of people that just be like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, no. You have to tell me to shut the fuck up. Because just like trying to talk normally, I've probably spoken over you accidentally because, neurodivergence. Just tell me to shut the fuck up. It's the only way it'll work. Why people don't get this?
Very true.
Yes. It's because I remember having this, because I did a lot of debating and stuff when I was younger, and I'm like, and people would be like, oh, but you shouldn't talk over each other. I just went, then it's not a debate. It's
Yeah.
not a real conversation. It's not a real debate. And I don't. And anyone from Oxford and Cambridge debating rules, I'm well aware. Taught some of your people. They won. But the point is, if you have Oxford, if you use the Oxford and Cambridge debating rules, and you can go, well, you've said your bit. Now you say your bit. Thing gets fucking solved. That's the most boring discussion. Can you imagine being with your friends out with a few drinks at the lake and just doing it that way?
No.
Like, I have stopped talking. You may now speak. Fuck off. That's not how life works.
Yeah.
Matter. Yeah, it's like how if we're debating things that actually matter or talking about things that really matter, we're not going to treat them with the same kind of passion we would do about talking about fucking NFL. Piss off. Like, what?
So agree with that. Piss off, NFL.
I mean, in general, yeah,
yeah.
as a Brit, you know. Although that's the weird thing because Australia call it fucking soccer as well. Bloody people.
Yeah, because AFL.
Say that again.
We've got the Australian Football League,
Yeah.
the AFL, so we have to call it soccer.
Can I ask a question about the All Blacks
That's New
team
Zealand.
in
New Zealand.
Right, New Zealand, Australia. So how much does Australia hate that? They do not. They do not hate them.
I don't think we do. Well, that would be awesome. But then they're NFL, aren't they rugby?
Yeah.
I think that's rugby.
They are. It's just, well, NFL, like, that's a United States thing, and soccer is a Europe thing. But the All Blacks situation, like that team, I'm obsessed with them. Like, I'm obsessed with their pregame shit, their all of that. Like, I love that shit. To the point where I bought a jersey and I can put it on right now if you want me to. Like when I was in New Zealand.
The haka really work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't remember the team it was now, but there was one team that basically just stared down the haka and it fucking screwed with the All Blacks because most people get a bit antsy. And there was one team, it might have been Scotland even, like I can't remember who it was, and they just stared them down and it just looked fucking weird because the All Blacks just didn't know what to do. They were like
they started doing all this shit, and then the other people are like,
it must be unnerving because the whole point of it is to like unnerve your opponents. The whole point of the bloody thing.
Well, it was my fucking honeymoon. I'm in New Zealand. I'm like, okay, here's the sports store. Finally, something I can relate to. And then I walk in, I'm like, what is the best team in this country? I want the jersey, and I want you to put my name on the back of it right now. And they and so they did that. They're like, that'll be 90, whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'm walking around New Zealand with this All Blacks jersey on, like, thinking that I'm like, cheering for their team. I go, I like winners. So that's what was recommended to me. But anyways, sorry for the rant.
They're not as good as they used to be. They used to be a lot better.
I gotcha.
They've lost a few players that were like they're fucking unstoppables. They used to be the kind of, oh shit, we've got the All Blacks, we're fucked.
But I do prefer Australia in terms of going to that one island. Like if you're in Sydney, you take this boat to the outer reefs. Say again?
Ferry.
The ferry. To what is that island that all the tourists go to? That it's basically you take the thing from Sydney and it's like literally 30 minutes away.
I have no idea. I'd have to look at that.
Manowar or shit. Anyways,
No.
if Australia played New Zealand, I'm going for Australia because I like Australia more. That's personal opinion.
Any of the New Zealand, so you have. I'm just remembering because anyone that doesn't know, I work on Lobal's YouTube channel. He had 3 views from New Zealand last month. He may have just lost them. Because I'm gonna
well, that was the private video that I gave to people that were paying money. Okay,
because I guarantee you they're almost definitely All Black fans. Well, it's one of those things. I think every country has its national sport that like everyone, even if you don't support the sport, like England with football. people that do not watch football in England will still cheer for England football. Because it's, I always love it when people are like, oh, especially with England, because with England football, it's fucking hilarious because we move between being overconfident to underconfident continually, back and forth. We're never like the right amount. We're fucked, we're shit, I'm not watching any games, we're gonna fucking lose. The second we win one game, oh, we're gonna win the whole thing. Look, just chill and watch the fuck.
That's the United States. When you cheer for a team, I mean that is literally being a sports fan.
It is
like that's
it's so weird because England really with the football has this very up and down. I mean, given we were in the semi-finals of the Euros, which arguably the Euros are where a lot of the better competition comes from to the World Cup, because there's a lot more good teams to compete against to get through than there are in like other parts of the world to get through in your like part for the World Cup. But like we came for the finals, not the semi-finals. We came to the finals there, and then we got through to the quarters of the World Cup. So like we are better than, but everyone will still go, guaranteed. Next tournament, people are going to go, oh, England were just shit. I'm like, we've been to a final and a quarter-final of the two biggest fucking tournaments in football. What are you on about? But people always do it. We're always so, I mean, we're pessimistic fuckers anyway. Everyone that knows me knows.
It's fair weather is what it is. It's being fair weather. It's like, if you're not doing well, it's like, oh, we don't care that much. If you're doing well, it's like it's the biggest thing in the world.
But the weirdest thing is, even
like, and that's
care though. Even people that do care will say that we're shit. They'll watch the games, but they will still be like, "We're gonna fucking lose. We're gonna." God's sake, why are we doing this with the team? Oh, this is not going to work. Why?
That's because they care so much. They don't want to set themselves up to feel bad.
I still love the biggest thing is a lot of people are turning on him now, but the best redemption in English football has got to be our current manager, because our current manager is Gareth Southgate. Now, Gareth Southgate, when we had Euro '96, okay, so like the second biggest tournament, we lost a penalty shootout in the finals. We lost a penalty shootout to win against Germany as well.
Of course.
Was it even to win? I can't remember now. I was young back then, but it was against Germany, and we lost the penalty shootout. And the person that missed the penalty that saw us go out of the tournament was Gareth Southgate, and he's now our manager. And under him, we have won a penalty shootout quite well. And we've gone through to go up against people. So he's like massively gone from everyone going, what the fuck you, to, yes, Gareth Southgate. Oh, he's a fashion icon. He's there. It's like, what?
He's gone from the guillotine to the fucking...
Absolutely. Same thing happened with David Beckham. Because David Beckham, during an Argentina game in the World Cup against Argentina, he tripped up an Argentinian player. Now, the Argentinian player was being a cunt and he deserved it. But everyone hated him. Like, he was hated. Genuinely, like hate mail. Hated David Beckham. And then... That's
normal.
But David Beckham then, we had our qualifying match for Euros against Greece. And it was as if no one else was on the fucking pitch for England. David Beckham, I swear to God, at some points you had the commentators going, David Beckham has passed you, David Beckham. Like, no one else was on that fucking pitch. He single-handedly, like, if you ever watched the match, everyone else had given up. We were losing. We were not going to make the tournament. And David Beckham single-handedly basically just went, no, we're fucking making it. And that was it. From then on in, suddenly David Beckham, he's a fucking knight of the realm now. Like, what?
Of course. Because he did that.
It's weird with sport. Do you follow any specific sport, Beth, or is this just like what?
Not really. No, I don't really.
No.
But when I was a kid, cricket was really popular in Australia. It's not so much now, and we'd watch it, and it was quite a good atmosphere in that. But there's one cricketer called Adam Gilchrist who I always love. I think he's fantastic. And he was, I can't remember what game it was, whether it was some finals or something, it was some big thing. But he goes and he does he bats, and he got out, right? But the umpire didn't see what really happened, and said, "Well, you're safe." And Adam goes, "No, I'm out," and he walks off, and it was really, he sort of in a way like jeopardized the chance of his team winning, right? It was really like touch and go. They did get through in the end, and people are saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You should just let it go." And he said, "I can't.
No,
You know,
That's
I have
awesome.
to be."
That is so awesome.
brilliant,
Like, yeah.
That's rare for any sport, any sport.
Yeah,
You
100%.
get someone that's like the only sport game, however you want to talk about it, that I can think of that gentlemanly conduct is in part of it is snooker. That's the only other thing I can think where that's just normal. Whereas I wouldn't expect that from any of the bigger games like cricket or rugby or football or American football or anything. I think if you can, generally people think if I can get away with it, I've got away with it. It doesn't matter. Like,
well, it's because that's what that is. Excuse me. That is what is taught.
Yeah.
When you are training when you're in high school, if you're football or you're soccer or you're whatever it is, you are taught to just win. And so it's kind of like, if you can hold the guy's arm down, it's not a foul is not a foul unless they call it. And that's the issue. And that's why, Beth, I love that shit. That story you told is because I disagree with that wholeheartedly. It's basically like, if you're going to beat somebody, you want their best effort. Like, you want to beat them when they're at their best, not when they're fucking, Do
you watch Dragon Ball Z by any chance? Just out of interest.
Isn't that Sonic the Hedgehog?
No. Okay, you've just lost a few more viewers. No, I don't watch this. I don't watch this either. It's anime, and I don't watch it.
I don't either. Yeah.
No, but the reason I said it is because there's a character in it called Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and I only know this because I know people that like it. And his main thing, it's martial arts. His main thing is that he will, if somebody is ill, if somebody is he only ever wants to fight them when they're at their best. If he can get an advantage,
well, that's being a competitor.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and that's part of, but it's a big part of his character in Dragon Ball Z. That's why I wondered.
Okay,
I think the sportsmanship thing. I think it happens a lot.
I love that.
I think it's team sports, isn't it? I think individual sports, I think people are more willing to admit they're wrong, whereas team sports are where people, like you say, are taught you just win. Whereas it's for yourself, maybe you have a bit more like, it's me. I'm the only one that's got to go back and think about how I won or how I lost. Whereas if it's the team, well, if I did do that, we might have still lost or might have still won. Whereas if it's just you, I think maybe that's why snooker, for instance, is the one I can think of, because it's just, and I say this as I used to play county level snooker when I was younger, you were the sportsman. If you weren't a sportsman in snooker, like, it's very looked down upon. I mean, you think of the wild people of snooker, and they're not really that fucking wild. They were wild because they had, one of them had a drinking problem. That was as wild as he got. He didn't actually ever do anything that was that inappropriate. It's just that he was drunk. So
can we come to an agreement, the three of us, that golf is a game and not a sport? Is there any chance that
with my accent, there is almost definitely some golfing fans watching this podcast? So fucking nuts.
well, unfollow me, follow me, tell me to fuck off. I don't give a shit. Golf is a game. It is not a sport. Like, I am sorry.
I say
Tiger Woods was the only athlete to ever play golf.
Can we agree? Right. I know there's one we can agree on.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Oh, God.
Because that's just fucking rounders. And we stopped playing that at 11.
All you have to do to fix baseball, all you have to do is, if it's 4 foul balls, you're out. Okay, like, don't give me this. It's a battle between the pitcher and the batter. No, if you can't hit the ball, you're out. After 4, like
the ball. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
You
You know,
do you play it?
the,
Because we play rounders. Do you play like baseball or rounders or anything in the in Australia?
yeah, well, we're at school. You'd call it softball, and it was basically,
Right.
you know, you hit the ball, you go from base to base, get around to
Right.
home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. Okay?
Yeah, right,
comes from-
right.
rounders.
Until it gets to this level where everyone is so excited about this 30 minutes that we take between the pitcher and the batter, where they're sitting there and it's like, boom, another foul ball.
There's
Oh
only
God,
two countries
this is
that play it.
such a battle.
It's
No,
like
it's not.
America and Japan, and that's it. Nobody else seems to want to play it. America and Japan, that's it. Like
God,
we
so
base
exhausting.
now America. I'm sorry, but we invented it. It's a kids' game over here. That's where it comes from.
It's a kids' game over here too because it's so goddamn boring.
Well, no, but I mean, it's
Oh my
literally a kids' game here. Like I played it as a kid, and at secondary school, so at the age of 11, you stop playing it. It's not, but in primary school, like elementary, that's where it comes from. And it is. I mean, you can. Anyone that wants to argue in America, check online, check your history. It's where it fucking comes from. We don't play it, so it's really weird that America does when we don't, because we play most of your sports. Like there's even if I went to a university, the nearest university here, there's like 3 near me. I guarantee at least one of them will have an American football team. At least one of them will have a basketball team. But they won't have a fucking baseball because we're like, no,
Because everyone's asleep by the time.
well, no, it's we start playing it. It's like it's not seen as a it's just not, you stop playing that as a kid. It's a kid's thing. It's like catch. It's like playing catch with your dad. You don't do it when you're 40. Like,
So, can I take a little bit of hate off of you when the Americans see this? Americans
hate me anyway.
Here, I'm gonna take a page out of your book. Americans, if you're listening to me, you will come at me about baseball. Come at me. Okay, come at me because it's the most boring fucking shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life, and I will explain to you why. Come at me. Come at me. Okay. Because it is.
It's it's not even that it's boring.
It's exhausting.
I think I loved it as a kid because I could hit the ball hard, and that was all I remember.
When I played it, I mean, when we did it during like our class or whatever, we're going the oval and we're playing softball, right? I never hit the ball once. What would happen is I'm left-handed, right? So I'd stand there with the bat, and the kid pitching couldn't throw it properly because they were throwing it towards a right-hander. So I just stand there, ball.
Yeah,
ball,
take your base. Yep. That's smart as shit on your part, Beth. Are you sure you have ADHD? Because that takes patience. Not to like.
It is weird. I mean, I'm just thinking about it because I'm thinking about sport, and I played so many sports when I was younger, but there's only a few that I actually got any good at. But then again, it depends on whether you call them a game or sport or whatever. But I was like, I was a county level, so equivalent state level, at snooker, and at darts as well. Which darts is just mini spear. It's just mini spears. And then I'm a long distance runner. Because I'm a marathon runner as well. Like I've done several. In fact, I have it framed. My first marathon ever was the 2012 London Marathon. I have it framed with my number and everything on the wall over there.
So put that shit in lieu of the thing in the background. You got all these degrees. Put the winning that.
It won't fit. It won't fit. So because it's like it's the literal t-shirt. So the size of the frame is fucking huge. It literally would have to go on the door, and it's maybe a bit too big for the door. But no, I only did it recently, like a few months ago, and I found an old picture because I did the London Marathon again a year or two ago. And I was comparing them. That's what made me do it, because I was like, oh, I wonder like how I look in this one and how I look in this one. Because the last time I did the London Marathon, it was 50. It's when I did 15 marathons in 15 days. Lobau has not disappeared for anyone watching. He is contesting with, in his words, redneck neighbors. So those are his words. It sounds a bit weird from my accent, I realize. but I can't really do a Southern American accent. Um, did you play any kind of sport then, Beth? Did you play, or did you just get put off of it?
Only thing I did was attempt to do hockey in the last year of primary school, first year of high school, but that was a disaster because left-handers shouldn't play hockey because they have. I didn't realize afterwards is that I needed a left-handed hockey stick. I had a right-handed one, so I was forever getting whistled, and pretty much I was thrown into the sport. I had no idea except that you got to get the hockey ball into the net, and I just would be out on the field just ADHDing and losing, just looking around and bored because nothing's happening. And the ball would come and I'd hit it the wrong way with the wrong end of the stick and offside, I should say. So I thought, So year 7, we all got a trophy. Cool. Year 8, I was just like, no, I'm not doing this. So no, not athletic at all.
Yeah, I played cricket when I was younger, but not when I was really young. I actually played cricket when I had a pub. When I used to have a pub up in the Midlands. Because there was a pub league between for the cricket. So that's when I played cricket, and I played it a little bit at school. Again, anything I could kick or throw hard was what I did. So darts, throw a sharp object. Snooker, hit the ball. Anything I could just do something there. But I never really did hockey. I think I tried it once and just couldn't do it. It is weird though. If you're left-handed, I think there's so many things that like I would take for granted. And then be like, actually, you don't even think of it as being an issue. Like, it wouldn't even occur to me of there being such a thing as a left-handed stick because it's just a stick.
No, it's that one side that curves the other way and it goes sort of the way it goes. So it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it's weird. I think because the world is set up, it's like you've got the double for neurodivergency here, but it's like neurodivergency. It's one of those things where it's just that the world is set up for that and you're not that.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, one of the best snooker players ever is he's left-handed, which is Jimmy White. So, he's changed it.
I wasn't lying. Okay,
into the All Blacks. I'm not too sure where my England shirt is. Otherwise, I would go and put it. But I mean, I used to have a Chicago Bulls jacket.
Well, no shit, Jordan. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, because I'm old enough. I remember him winning.
I like him so much better. Sorry, I interrupted y'all.
No, it's fine. We were just talking about whether we could
basically Jordan is so much better than LeBron James. I'm sorry, I'm done.
Everyone said Shaq said that as well. Do you remember when? It's like somebody tried to say, I can't remember who it was. Basically said just said LeBron and everyone else and didn't mention Jordan, and Shaq just went, "What?
Are you kidding?" Yeah.
It's like how many rings? How many times? It's just like Jordan is just
he is my favorite probably ever athlete, like in anything. Like I loved the fact that he didn't.
I mean, baseball. Which just put a bit baseball. I mean, he was shit at it, but baseball.
Yeah, but no one cares about that. So
Space Jam did enough to put it in there.
Basically, he just wanted the ball when the game mattered, and he was like, "Give me the fucking ball, and I'm going to make it," and he did.
Yeah.
Every fucking
had the balls to go after Dennis Rodman when he'd gone on for a fucking bender.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman disappeared to fucking Las Vegas. No one wanted to do anything.
And North Korea, which you will never go to. He went there too.
But no, I mean when like during a season when there was games on and he disappeared, and Jordan was the only one that was like, "I'll go get him."
Well, he needed him to rebound the occasional miss. Like that's
now and again, let's get a fucking giant. I mean, how tall is Rodman? Like fucking 7'1"?
Rodman was 6'10" and Jordan was 6'6", so it was like, but Rodman was insane. Like he was insane to the point where like he didn't give a fuck.
I know he didn't care. He did not care at all. I remember he ended up in a random fucking film with Jean-Claude Van Damme as well. I just love that because he's just halfway through a Jean-Claude Van Damme film. You're like, "It's Rodman. What the fuck are you doing?"
I have 10 more minutes before I have to go play
That's
soccer
fine.
because
We'll
you made me put on the fucking jersey and now I'm ready to go. So,
This isn't a long one for anyone watching. I mean, if there is anyone left watching, first, I mean, thanks. One of you has to give me retention. Fucking hell. Well, so we were just saying, Lobel, was there any sport that you found you could do when you were younger then? Because me and Beth were like, I could do all the stuff that was, because it's really weird.
So-
I'm built like a rugby player, but
Right.
I'm a long distance runner, fucking hate rugby. And I played like chess and snooker. I played very middle class.
What is snooker again? Is that the
So it's a weird thing. In America, people seem to think it's what we call pool. It's not. We play pool as well. Snooker's like, so snooker is, the nearest one is to pool, but it's basically a bigger table than pool. And you,
so it's a game. It's not a sport. Like,
yeah. So it's similar to that. Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
gotcha.
It's one of those things, but the players are a lot more athletic nowadays than they used to be. But
just like golf, when Tiger Woods came in and he was like pumping his fist every time he made a 3-foot putt.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, okay.
Darts is similar because darts always had this reputation of it being big, overweight people. There's a literal rule about it, and you look at some of the world champions, then they're really not like that. Like they don't. Then you're not allowed to drink at the hockey. You're not allowed. You will be disqualified if you drink water, let alone fucking alcohol. You can't drink anything at the hockey. So this old reputation of people
sounds like my high school football coach. Water. That's for losers. You just cup your hands, get a puddle.
I'm just going to put this one out there for any of you fucking weirdos in America that think this is real. It's water bottle. No fucker on the planet, unless they're taking the piss out of you specifically, has ever said water bowl. It is water bottle. Anyway, but yeah. So, what did you play when you were younger then?
So, did Beth answer the question?
Yeah, Beth did before.
Okay. What about? So, I played baseball at first, and then I got so bored that I was like, okay, soccer. And then I got equally as bored. And then I was like, I just want to literally just sacrifice my body and just be defense on any situation ever. And it was like, you need to play football. And my mom said, nope, you are not tall enough. You are not strong enough to play football. So I said, okay, I'll play tennis. So tennis was my sport from like 8th grade through, everything. And I was really good at it because no one could get the ball past me. Like it was all I would do was dive and just hit it back up. Like I was the quickest player. Like you could never. It was so frustrating for other people because it was like, God damn it, I can't get I'm so much better than this fucking idiot. Like what? I'm just like, again. So, again.
I played tennis a little bit because we had tennis courts at my school.
I am extremely good at tennis. That's probably my best sport.
You know what's funny about you saying about your mum, and I've heard this from other Americans as well.
Yeah.
You don't have to sign any shit in England. You just start playing rugby. There's no signing something. You just turn.
Well, no. What my mom said was it wasn't that she had to sign anything. It was you're not ready yet, to do this. But then the football coach said, okay, this kid's really quick. Not a single tennis ball gets by him. Whether he loses the point or wins the point, he always touches it in some way.
You have to play in England though, because it rotates. So you'd still have to play rugby, you'd play football, you'd play all of them because it just rotates through the thing.
We get to choose in America in the land of freedom, but yes.
Oh, shut up! You choose afterwards. Like you can choose the team afterwards. Like you can be like, oh, I want to try out for the team, but so that you actually get.
Sorry, I had to throw that.
However, in the land of opportunity in England, we give you more opportunity by giving you more sports to go with.
So opportunity and then freedom. Okay.
I mean, given the fact that of Australia and America, we sent more criminals to America. I'm just saying you weren't the most free. Anyway, but
I love you up so much.
But it is because you'd rotate out, but it is weird to see what people.
I'd forgotten about my tennis.
Sorry.
Sorry, Lobel just reminded me of my tennis past.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, my mother decided to sign my brother, sister, and myself up for tennis lessons. Now, I would have been, I know, grade
Smart.
2, maybe
Smart
7
mother.
years old. Sister would have been about 12, brother maybe 10. And so we go, I can't remember when it was, one day after school each week. And after a few weeks, I came to Mum and said, I don't want to do tennis anymore. And she says, oh, aren't you enjoying it? I said, well, no, not really. I said, all the lady gets me to do, the instructor, is run around and get the ball. I don't think I've even picked up a tennis racket. Mum was furious because she's paying for tennis lessons. She think me as a ball kid.
Yeah, but she's so smart in that because that's how you start, is you just run after every single ball. It is the perfect ADHD sport. And that's where she was smart, is head this way.
Mum was furious because everyone else was picking up a racket, you know.
Yeah, but you can't pick up a racket until you know how the tennis ball moves, like, and how to chase it. And she was smart in that, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I love.
No, okay.
I love basketball.
They're okay sometimes, but you know, Mum's paying for let the kid hold a racket at least.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
They should have let you hold a racket at some point. Yeah.
Just give it to you, but tell you to keep running around. I mean, so if I told you this about why I can play chess, I don't tell you why I can play chess is because of basketball.
Right.
So playing an actual sport, because the rules at my school were you couldn't, because I went to a relatively strict school, and like a bell went off, the prefects would let you down. Prefects would also only let a certain amount of people into the lunch hall, and you weren't allowed to have your rucksack, your backpack on you when you went into the lunch hall. The only people that could get past that, didn't have to queue up, and could take their backpacks in, were the chess club, because that was the only place that we had space. So because I wanted to get my food and quickly go out and play basketball, started to play chess, and ended up going, oh, I'm winning. I ended up playing in a fucking national tournament, all because I wanted to go and play basketball. Because I'm 6'2", and as a kid, I was taller than a lot of people. So
yeah.
So
and as a kid, I was like 2'3", and so it was.
You were the Hobbit. You were the one.
I was the Hobbit.
I love basketball,
but I had the ring. I had the ring the whole time.
Well, I know, like, you've got to go, so we're going to round it off here anyway. As always, guys, this has been random as fuck because it's up. That's what we do. If you are still with us, first of all, go get yourself a cookie. You deserve it. And thank you so much for joining us. I have no idea what the next podcast is going to be. I'm hoping for a couple of different people to get back to me, but I'm not too sure who it is yet. We are always trying to find the best guests we can. If you have a suggestion, for the love of fucking God, put it down below. If you don't put it down below and you keep asking for someone, I'm not going to fucking know. Put it down below. If you have someone you want me to contact, down below. If you are someone that's like, I want to get on a podcast, tell me down below. Also, if I'm honest, it's because it also helps with the algorithm, and YouTube will tell other people that I exist. So do that anyway. Anyway, have a good one, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.